Megan was diagnosed in 2009, September. She has an inoperable brain tumor, seizure disorder. She's legally blind from the nerve damage. The diagnosis was hard. Nobody is ever prepared for that. The eye doctor was the one that found it, and nothing prepares you for somebody looking at you and saying, I think your daughter has a brain tumor. That's a very rough thing.
He had B-cell ALL, acute lymphoblastic leukemia.
He was like this happy-go-lucky kid that had like a cough for like 3 months, and then we found out he had non-Hodgkin's T-cell lymphoma, and he was this happy, bright kid running around to being stuck in a bed, and it just like sucked everything out of him.
Samantha was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia.
Jaden was first diagnosed at the age of 3. His diagnosis is he had a brain tumor.
I was diagnosed when I was 16. They diagnosed me with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Yeah, it was not fun.
After my first year at Rutgers, I was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia, and I was treated at Robert Wood Johnson.
The doctor checked her blood, and it was before 24 hours they were calling us to tell us that she had leukemia. And then we just had to rush to the hospital.
So in 2007, just before her 5th birthday, we were diagnosed with osteosarcoma.
I ended up getting entered into the cancer ward and Robert Wood Johnson, pediatric cancer ward, and man, I mean, 9 months later, I exited the hospital.
It's not normal. Just going into a hospital, out, and then in, and then out. It's a lot of pressure.
And one day I woke up and I couldn't move. I couldn't move my fingers, my hands, my arms, my legs. And they determined that it was because of an infection, and because it was a combination of an infection, of chemo drugs, of so many things, and they would have to use this lift to lift me out of bed and take me to a wheelchair.
There were parts that were extremely hard, days I never thought that we would ever get through.
Have to go through a series of spinal taps, and you know, it was, our family was devastated. It took me a very long time before I was able to say what she had, and to even talk about it.
The fear it never goes away. It never leaves you. Like, once you have a child that's been diagnosed with cancer, your life changes forever, and you never get that back. You never get that comfort back.
My name is Denise Stemkowski. My son is John Stemkowski. He was diagnosed in 2017 with acute myeloid leukemia. John Michael had multiple relapses, and he had 3 bone marrow transplants. He actually lost his eyesight as a result of the treatments. What I feel is most of his obstacles were his inability to be with friends, having to leave school, having to be isolated by himself for many years. For 4.5 years, John fought leukemia with grace and dignity. I'm very proud of my son, but unfortunately, in February 15th, 2022, John lost his battle.
Healing and support comes from many sources, from a family's community, from faith, and from the special events for the children.
And that's
what I love about working with Embrace Kids, because we get to know our families, we build relationships, and Embrace Kids realizes building relationships with families is what is therapeutic.
We are a community of people that are brought together by illness, and I feel linked forever by love. We genuinely care about each other, and we cry with each other.
Everyone that I encountered through Embrace Kids was amazing.
You guys get so many people together, like so many family, and we are able to share our story with different families, and that's when we realize that we're not alone. Not just Nicole, but the whole family. So this community is great. It's like God sent to us. It's angels sent by God to us.
I've really come a long way, and I have to thank Embrace Kids for being great companions, and because they were there for me and my family when I was going through the most intense part of my life. So thank you, Embrace Kids.
You find yourself surrounded by other people that are also dealing with medical diagnosis, and you need that support. You have Embrace's support, but you also have all these other families that understand.
The patient is only going to be as good as her community. Okay? And if her community is strong, she's going to be strong. And I think that's what we came out with, is her being strong. We still have a ways to go, but she's stronger than she was. She's better than she was.
Community comes in many forms, especially for John. He had support from the Embrace Kids Foundation. He had community support from his schools. He had community support from his friends that he lived near. Embrace Kids were the first people to come on to be their support for him. They were coming in to see him on a daily basis at the hospital. He was very fortunate to meet Armand, Mike, Glenn, Yessie. His community at St. Peter's College stepped up when his third bone marrow transplant came through. They were there. They ran blood drives for him. Many people, fundraisers were thrown for my son, financial support from Embrace Kids as others. We've had a tremendous amount of community support. We're very blessed.
Healing and support comes from faith, and that can mean so many different things.
This was the moment for my family, for all of us to come together. A lot of praying. I'm Catholic, and I had a lot of church members praying for Jaden, and that helped us through a lot of praying. They would come to his bedside and pray for us, and it helped me through a lot in the moments that I did not know what would his life be after we left the hospital. It helped us a lot. It gave us strength.
It's like God sent to us. It's angels sent by God to us.
I had to believe God that he was going to work through every doctor, every nurse, every person that she came in contact with. I just believed that everyone would play a part in her complete healing.
John and I are definitely faith-based people. John has always gone to private Catholic schools, grammar school, high school, and college. We thank God for the people that came into our lives, such as Embrace Kids, and supported us.
Embrace Kids has extraordinary events for their children, and that provides healing, and support for the whole family.
Embrace Kids brings family, builds your family up, and gives your children more people to love them. And it's amazing. And it's not only that, they do a walkathon down at Liberty State Park. There's summer events constantly going on. Embrace Kids really is for the community to bring to the children that are sick and to show more love. And it's beautiful. Can't say enough.
She loves the events. Oh gosh, she do. And let me add the fact that you Embrace Kids include the family. That is epic. It's for the whole family. It's for everyone that plays a part in her life. And I think that is amazing because, you know, she's had the opportunity to bring some of her cousins with her if they were visiting from town, or one of her girlfriends that came with her. And it's only through Embrace Kids that we had the opportunity.
It helps when we go to the events and they have the parties and just the fun things. It's a way for normalcy. Watch our warriors being kids and just having fun.
Going to these outings and being like social and just meeting new people, like it really helped me.
I remember when I was with you guys, like for Valentine's Day, Christmas, Halloween, I just felt like I had friends. Like you were friends, like family to me.
My favorite part is the outings and just the activities, like the Christmas activities, the Halloween. You guys, every holiday you have something for the kids. It gives the kids a chance just to kind of hang out. And you have to hang out with us and have fun. There's no phones, there's no TVs. So it helps us bond as well.
Also, Savion, I feel like, got a different perspective on sickle cell. And I remember him saying that when he danced at the dance marathon, people were like yelling his name, and it just made him feel so good. And he would say, "Mom, you know, just think about this. Like, if I never had sickle cell, I would have never met all these people. I would have never made friends and had all these experiences that I've had."
Dance marathon is electrifying, but
right, but
the first one we ever went to, where we walked up on that stage and oh my God, all those people yelling and screaming and all the kids. I've never experienced anything like that in my entire life. That to me was truly electrifying.
Connection to the dance team at Rutgers, and I think that that helped Samantha being involved with the girls from the university dance team, helped her level out and helped her literally get back on her feet.
I personally enjoy the dance marathon as well as the Halloween and Christmas parties. It's a warm feeling to know it's other people out there to help you through your struggle, to embrace you with everything going on. So I enjoy the events, all the events. It's just like a whole big family coming together, and I love family. Embrace Kids has taken the incredible special events to a whole new level, with group trips to theme parks. We went to Nickelodeon theme park and also the water park. My daughters love the water, so that really got them into the whole thing of it. The theme park, they love the rides, and it was something new, something different than the regular theme parks. We went to Nickelodeon theme park and the water park. It was a great feeling, a great dynamic when everyone came together. Everyone was having fun, and it was just a really great experience just to enjoy everyone actually. And we did the sugar, the candy store. It was amazing.
It was the American Dream, Nickelodeon. Oh my goodness. This was really exciting. And Jaden his eyes were just bright open. He loved it. He was on every ride. The last one that we just had, the water park, even better. He was up and around in every single ride. I stayed on the lazy ride. That was me.
Embrace Kids means so many different things. It means things to me personally. It means so much to our families. Embrace Kids is another family for our families. They do things that no organization in the world does.
I love Embrace Kids. I even told my husband, I said, I'll be with Embrace Kids for my life.
I'm just so happy and grateful that Embrace Kids was there to help us. I was able to concentrate more on getting my son better and healthy, and I didn't have to worry about keeping a roof over my head, because thankfully Embrace was helping me do that. And for that, I'll forever be grateful.
So, as a family, we'll always be here, for the Embrace Kids Foundation, because the Embrace Kids Foundation was there for us.
I will forever be grateful to have come to this community, to Embrace Kids. I will never ever be able to repay Embrace Kids for the smile that they have brought to my daughter's face.
Embrace Kids came in like a family. They're here to support you as you go through. They are an amazing organization. I actually feel blessed that we were able to be a part of it.
There's a lot of organizations that say they're out there for people with cancer. Being a parent, a single parent for 4.5 years, trying to help my son navigate through his disease, I've never come across another organization as Embrace Kids. I can't say enough of positive things on the way they've supported my son and myself. And it wasn't just for him, it was for me as well. And if you're blessed to be part of it, you know it.
It is so important that the children are heard too, that we hear their perspectives and also their laughters.
Okay, I like pizza, Taco Bell, crab legs, seafood. No, take off the crab legs. Seafood, cheerleading, and dancing. I want to be a cheerleader, and my mom's gonna put me in dancing class. Yay! Thank you.
When I do things by myself, I feel uncomfortable because I don't have anyone to do anything with. But when you guys are here, I have things to do.
I've told many families and friends that, it's not the end. It's only the beginning of the great things in the future to come.
They make that, I can be myself around them, I can dance with them, I can do so many great things with them, and you guys have make me feel like I'm stronger. They make me feel like, that they are my family, and yeah.
You say it. I'm not saying it.
Oh, we appreciate each other. Yeah, we definitely appreciate each other more.
Yes.
Yes.
We also argue a lot, but that's what most brothers do. So,
Exactly.
So yeah, things are pretty much back to normal.
Mm-hmm.
Molly helps me a lot because she has always been there through my hospital stays and chemo visits.
A shoulder to cry on. Well, even when we're having trouble, she kind of finds out a way to
do something nice.
Yeah, and she always makes us laugh.
Yeah. And she sings at random times, which is
Yeah, every word we say, she makes a song for it.
She's laughing. Singing at random times. Ready, Megan?
That's really sweet.